How is it going, health, wellness, and fitness professionals? My name is Tyler Valencia. I'm the president of KIPS and Time to Train Fitness. Another episode here in the YouTube realm. This time I'm going to be talking about things that fit pros, instructors, coaches that are utilizing YouTube, what they need to get over. And when I say get over, I mean there's a block. It's probably because of our education. It's because of our beliefs on how fitness, health, wellness should be perceived. We know these things that can be done in a short amount of times, can take longer times, and yet sometimes we have to get over these things in order to reach larger audiences. Am I saying that we're going against our morals sometimes? In a way, maybe, but really what we're trying to do is capture an audience or get the YouTube algorithm, essentially, in essence, to recognize our content, that people enjoy it, people are coming back, and then spreading our knowledge, spreading our background, spreading the things that we do know can be beneficial, because in truth, there are elements, superficial elements of YouTube. And so those are things that we're going to go over in this podcast episode. Before we get them, as always, thank you for listening in on the KIPS podcast. There's a lot of options out there for podcasting. So taking the time to listen in on this episode, hopefully it helps you in your health, fitness, and wellness journey, specifically on the education side. Upcoming events that I have with myself and conferences this weekend. I know it's a little late for it, but this weekend I will be speaking at Fitness Fest out in Arizona. It is a weekend conference. If you don't know about it, make sure you check out for next year what they have to offer, the education. I am going to be doing one lecture on YouTube and one on a workshop that actually is going to be incorporating the Viper Pro. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you need help with your social media practice, let's say that you're having trouble marketing your current offerings and you're thinking, oh man, this doesn't work for me, it's too hard. Check out our course, Social Media for Fitness Professionals. It is approved for CEUs with AFA, with NASM, with ISSA, and with Nesta. So you can get your CEUs, you can learn step by step on ways to create content. Let's jump into the first one here. Now, this is one that I was kind of hinting at in the beginning, in introduction there. And that is using titles that might not be true. If you were to type in a popular term on YouTube, you might see things that say fat burning, get fit quick, and things along that nature. And I can tell you that I use these ones with my titles, with my thumbnails, because they are things that capture the general audience. And that is what I think we get stuck with. We get stuck with these terms that we know that a 15, 30, 45 minute workout, they're not going to be just burning fat and going to be all of a sudden have 6-pack abs and all of a sudden just be the most fit person ever. We know that as fitness professionals. These are things that we know that we have to instill good habits. We have to build a foundation. We have to do things that keep them coming back. We have to go through different types of psychological barriers that might be existing already. These are things that we've experienced with different sessions, different classes, all these different things. And yet you go on YouTube and you see them being used left and right. And you're like, oh, what is this place? I can't be a part of this. And you think about it though, no matter if you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're in the gym, you're going to hear instructors that do these things. And I say that in the live setting too, because when I recently did a podcast episode about how YouTube is the same as working in a gym. And you will find individuals that are crushing it, that are getting people to come train with them. And you might look at their social media, oh, look at this person, but they're lying about health, fitness, wellness. And yet you don't know what they're potentially doing with once they get them in the door. So using these types of marketing terms is things that we sometimes have to get over. We have to get over these terms like using cardio, HIIT. I know that some people don't like the word HIIT. I use it all the time. I like HIIT for myself even. But remember, when remember what the ultimate goal is, to get them in and showcase what you have to offer. A story that I have to share with this specific example here is I remember back when I used to be, making new classes for gyms in terms of my manager coming, hey, you want to teach a class on Tuesday or Thursday at XY time? Okay, what do you want to name it? And oftentimes, and I know this has happened several times for me, oftentimes what I would want to name it is not what the manager wants, because they want something that's going to get somebody in the door. And we often want to put names that, okay, it makes sense in my head. It's a dumbbell boot camp class, or it's a dumbbell HIIT class. And yet they want to use terms like glute builder and things that are trending right now, so that hopefully people get in the door. Same concept, same thing that we're doing. So we have to get over this terminology so that we can hopefully help more people in the long run. So that is number one there. If you're in the market for adjustable dumbbells or at-home workout equipment, check out Core Home Fitness at the link in the description. From adjustable dumbbells, multi-function benches, and all-in-one options, they got it all. I personally have their adjustable dumbbells and the glute drive that also works as a bench, and would recommend them to anyone building their home gym or looking for easy adjustable options. The dumbbells, they easily adjust from 5 pounds to 50 pounds just by turning the handle and lock in for your safety. Grab yourself a pair and see for yourself how easy they can fit into your fitness program. If you've been a fan of this podcast, you know that before end of each episode, you're going to hear a promotion for the Naboso Duo insoles. I've been using them for probably a year and a half, and I personally think they're game changers. I think everybody should get them, try them out, see what you think. And personally, I've talked about how I used to have foot pain just from sitting at a desk and then trying to be active, trying to go work out, and not really being able to fully maximize it. So I always try to throw it out there for individuals to just try them out, see what you think, utilize them in your day-to-day, and hopefully improve your overall activity level. That's the key right there, activity level. So check them out. There's a link in the description for the Naboso insoles. They have a variety of them to check out, different accessories. Check them all out, see what you think, and hopefully come back and let us know that they've really helped out with your activity level. Let's get back to the episode. Number 2, and that's collaborate, don't compete. With being on YouTube, there are opportunities to collaborate with other fitness instructors. And that is huge right there. And I do have to put a caveat here that yes, there are channels that will not respond or not want to collaborate with you. I will say that make sure that you are at a point with collaborating in terms of you offer a benefit as well. That can be a thing that instructors on YouTube might think, oh, I'm going to reach out to this channel with 200,000 subscribers. Oh, they don't want to collaborate. What is this? This is what's going on here. Well, their audience is big. And what do you have to offer them? But the opportunity to collaborate can definitely be an option, because often YouTubers want to help each other out. Often they do want to share their knowledge. And a part of that is they understand too, it's a big market out there. It's a big market on YouTube. It's global. It's not just your local gym market. It's huge. It's not crowded, despite what you might hear about YouTube and what's going on with it. It is a big market. So have that mentality that you do want to collaborate, and that you don't have this compete mentality, because I think that mentality that we've seen and that we've probably experienced working in a gym, it can be tiring, it could be stressful, and you want to have more of a creator mentality when you are on YouTube. You're trying to create content that attracts individuals, attracts them to come back, attracts them to engage with their community online, and hopefully help them with their journey, what they're going through with their health. So that's number 2 there. Number 3, and this is pretty similar to the first one, but thumbnails being superficial. And I talked about this one in that recent episode that I did too, talking about working in a gym is the same as YouTube. And the way that I explained it with thumbnails is it's window shopping. You're putting out the best of the best in terms of an image. You're trying to elicit some type of emotion that gets that person to click through. And it can be just like working in a gym. What people see on a day-to-day basis, I can tell you, they're always watching you. They're seeing how you interact and what you're doing on the gym floor and the way that you hold yourself. And those are things that go a long way with somebody wanting to invest their own money into you as a instructor. And so these superficial elements of thumbnails, creating thumbnails, I would say that don't take it to heart. Don't let it ruin what you have going. Think about the creative aspects of it. Like I said, it can be superficial, but it is window shopping. If you were to go window shopping at any mall, if you were at your local Target and you're going down different aisles and you're looking at different things, you wouldn't want to see it broken, or you wouldn't want to see a shirt ripped or anything like that. Same concept, but your thumbnails. What is it that's going to catch somebody's eyes, their eyesight, with a thumbnail? And let me use an example. Let me try to give you some here that you could utilize. With Time to Train Fitness, one of our channels is an active aging channel, and some of the more popular thumbnail images are poses for chair yoga. They're poses, and what can attract somebody's, I've always wanted to try that. I've always wanted to get into that position. That one, it feels good for when I get into that position. Those are things that elicit emotion that make somebody want to click through. And so putting your best foot forward, it often means planning for it. What do you want in your thumbnail image? What is this class about? And how can you deliver on that once somebody clicks through? So keep those in mind about your appearance, with window shopping, all concepts that are a part of being a fitness instructor on YouTube. Now, the last one, and this is one that I had to think about. I wanted something good to finish out this episode here. And this one is more on the technical aspects of it, but you don't need expensive equipment to start. Use what you have. I know that this is one that's been talked about in different episodes on the KIPS podcast. When I had Michelle Breeler, we talked about this because she shared how she started with a GoPro. She started with a GoPro, a large speaker, and filming in her driveway. And now she has close to 200,000 subscribers. I wouldn't be surprised if she already has that. She's a great instructor, really giving, puts out a lot of great formats. And her episode, she talked about that, how she started and what she's doing, and how she evolved. And the key with it is to reinvest when it's appropriate. And I put this one in here because if somebody is thinking, I need to have all this special equipment, I need to do X, Y, and Z, you might just need what you already have in your pocket or in your bag, your phone. Starting with that and looking around to see what you have. If I didn't have what I have now with cameras and the technical abilities with editing, that kind of stuff, if I was just to be looking at what I have around me on a more basic level that I think that some entry-level instructors might have before even entering the industry, a phone and a laptop. Let's say I'm going to use the example of Apple products here, but if you have a MacBook, not only do you have a phone, you have an editing software with iMovie that you could utilize right away. Those are things that are at your fingertips and can be utilized for free because you already paid for them. So getting over that, I need the most expensive lights, I need the most expensive XYZ. You could start with those two things, potentially even do no speaking videos, or if you wanted to, you can, maybe that the first thing that you invest in is a microphone, because you can use it in different capacities. That was one of the other items that we talked about in that podcast episode, was how use these items across different aspects, use them across the board with your social media content, your live streaming, whatever that might be. If you purchase a microphone, use it for social media so that you get the most out of it. It's not just I use it for filming workouts. It can be used with different avenues. So this last one, you don't need the most expensive equipment to start. Keep that in mind. Keep that mentality, because you're not then purchasing things that you don't need. Maybe you're being creative. You're going to the park. You're going outdoors to film, and you are doing it in a manner that keeps it low budget and you keep that reinvesting mentality, which I see with a lot of successful fitness instructors on YouTube. So that was 4 different things that fit pros need to get over with YouTube. And I hope that it's been useful. Hopefully it was one that it was different. And if you have one that, let's say you're already filming content, you're on YouTube and you want to share it, throw it in the comment section. This is about helping other fitness instructors on their journey with creating content and being able to build another revenue stream that keeps them going. Thank you as always for listening to the KIPS podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.